and welcome to Chop Chat Cook. I'm Joanne, and today I've got Lois in my kitchen. We've been busy making golden syrup dumplings and chatting and having cups of tea and coffee. And this episode we're going to be talking about adult children living at home, and we're in the kitchen, and the kitchen is the heart of the home. Now, the implications, this sort of relates to the financial implications of having adult children living with you, because there's been a lot of research, and research indicates that parents are delaying retirement, or they're sort of spending money, because like the cost of running the house is higher when they have adult children living with them. So it has implications for their retirement. And Lois is here, and we're going to have a chat because we've both got adult children, and it's an interesting subject because when my son stopped studying and started working, the issue of board and how much board, there were sort of conversations that I was really interested in, and some parents charge their children when they're still at school.
There's probably not a conversation that your son would have even thought that he would have to have.
No, that's right. But I think, my sort of perspective on that is that it's a stepping stone to becoming independent, and part of that is learning about the cost of living, which, when you're a child you don't necessarily need to worry about so much, do you? But I think it's about sort of becoming an adult, isn't it? And contributing to costs and understanding, what it costs to run a house.
Yes, I think children stay at home longer these days because they can't afford to go out and get their own places and, like a rented place, because they don't have any income, so they can't. So they stay at home and they live off mum and dad. But they somehow see it as a right to do that, but they should be a bit more accepting of, the contribution that their parents are making.
It's an adjustment, isn't it, I think?
Yeah.
And I think
because they're young and they're not going to look at it from that point of view, because they're just young and inexperienced.
Yeah, and it's an adjustment. And my son doesn't work full time. He has a job, but the hours are different every week. So we sort of came up with the idea that 25% of his income on a weekly basis is paid into board, which was a really good starting point, and we capped it at $150 a week, but we didn't cap the lower end. So we sort of realised that perhaps we should be capping the lower end. So now it's capped at $100. And
it's just making some contribution. It doesn't really matter the amount. It's just making to make sure that they realise that why they're contributing this amount of money to the household is because it's their well-being. They don't realise they sort of think, that's just commonplace. Mum will feed me, and they don't really need to make a contribution. But I think that they feel a bit more satisfied that they do. Once they adjust to it.
But I think you don't want to make it too cheap, because you sort of want to set that middle ground. So perhaps like moving out and sharing a house with friends, isn't such a big leap in costs. Because I think, isn't that one of a rite of passage, isn't it? Like being in a group house and sharing with friends. For all the warts that's associated with that.
Growing up is another learning curve for young people, but the cost of food today is just ridiculous. But the farmers have to survive, and so therefore the costs are passed on.
Yeah,
it's
tricky. It's tricky, isn't it? So I think there's other costs. There's mobile phone cost. There's health insurance. So when the child turns 21, then they're not part of their parents' health insurance anymore. There's debate as to whether, a friend I know, when her son was living at home and he had a full-time job, so she gave him a electricity bill to pay. So that was his responsibility.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Actually.
So then,
then you know how much the customer.
That's right. So, but also then you're changing behaviour as well, because like that link to, okay, well, if I'm running, turning off lights when you leave the room, all that sort of stuff. So you've got this sort of understanding that, okay, yeah, gosh, that electricity bill is really high. What can I do to sort of bring that down? So I think that's not a bad idea as well.
Yeah, the biggest problem I see is that they're staying home longer.
Oh, they are.
So the parents have to keep working longer.
Yeah, that's right.
To, help them through
Yeah.
life. And that just didn't happen. 50 years ago, you left school and then you just went and did your study or whatever, and then you went on and made your life.
Yeah. Well, I left home at 17 actually, and you were probably younger than me when you left home.
Yeah, I would have been about that age.
Yeah. And I think also like children are moving out and they're moving back in again, aren't they? And some parents might be in the position where they need money from their children who are living at home, to pay the rent or to pay the mortgage.
Yes. Well, I think they should contribute. When we moved in with my daughter and her husband, we didn't pay anything, but we went to the supermarket every other day and bought a whole lot of food. So, and then we weren't there. Like Phil wasn't there for meals every night, probably 2 nights a week. So, and I'm a sparrow eater, so I didn't have to contribute too much.
That's true. You don't eat very much, do you? Okay. Well, thanks, Lois, for those insights. And signing off. See you next episode.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.